Hello, English learners. Welcome back to English Pods. I am Leonardo.
Whoa! Good morning, students. And I'm Elizabeth.
Today, we are diving into something a little different, like really different.
Different good or different,
Oh, definitely different good. Today, we are exploring an essential topic for anyone looking to excel in English.
Buckle up, folks, because today we're going deep, like really deep into, the universe.
Deeper than we've ever gone before.
Yeah. We're talking about the mind-blowingly massive, the almost too big to comprehend scale of everything out there.
All those stars and planets and galaxies.
And the stuff we can't even see, the dark matter and dark energy.
It's going to be a wild ride, but don't worry, I'm here to help navigate the cosmic craziness.
Right. So let's kick things off with something you've probably heard of, but maybe haven't fully grasped: the observable universe.
Yeah, it's kind of a head-scratching.
A sphere around us about 93 billion light years across.
And 93 billion light years, folks. That's not just about size, that's about time, too.
Time, how so?
Well, light, it travels fast, really fast, the fastest thing there is, in fact, but it still takes time.
Right.
The farther away something is, the longer it takes for its light to reach us here on good old Earth.
So what we're seeing is actually the past.
Exactly. That light from distant galaxies. It's been traveling for billions of years to reach our telescopes.
So essentially, every telescope is a time machine of sorts.
A time machine, yeah, that's a good way to put it. And what's even more mind-blowing is that within that observable universe, we're talking about trillions of galaxies.
Trillions with a T.
With a T, and each of those galaxies packed with billions, sometimes even trillions of stars.
Oh, wow. So our Milky Way galaxy, with its 100,000 light years, is kind of like a little fish in a giant cosmic pond.
Yeah, it puts things in perspective, right?
Yeah.
And it gets even crazier because those galaxies aren't just randomly scattered out there.
Oh, no. What's happening then?
They're clumped together in clusters, and then those clusters form even bigger superclusters.
Okay, I'm seeing a pattern here.
Right, and it doesn't stop there. All these clusters are linked together by these filaments of gas and galaxies.
It's not just a big empty space between galaxies?
Definitely not. It's like a giant cosmic web stretching across the universe.
Whoa, a cosmic web. I like that.
Imagine like a sponge. Yeah, like a sponge, with the galaxies clustered along the denser parts and these huge voids in between.
So kind of like a cosmic honeycomb, but with galaxies instead of honey.
Something like that.
Oh.
And get this web, this cosmic structure, it's all held together by something we can't even see.
Are you talking about the infamous dark matter?
We are the mysterious stuff that makes up like 27% of the universe.
So it's like there but not there. How do we even know it exists if we can't see it?
Well, we can't see it directly, that's right, but we can see its effects.
Effects like?
Like on the way galaxies move and rotate, it's like there's this invisible hand guiding them.
Okay, I think I need a minute to process this. Invisible matter holding the universe together. It's like something straight out of science fiction.
Except it's science fact. And it just gets stranger the deeper we go.
Speaking of strange, I remember reading that our nearest stellar neighbor, Proxima Centauri, is over 4 light years away.
Yeah, that's our next door neighbor in cosmic terms, and it's still incredibly far.
Even at the speed of light, which, as we were saying, is the fastest speed there is, it would take us over 4 years to get there.
And that's just to the closest star. Imagine trying to reach those galaxies we see billions of light years away.
Galaxies so far away, we're literally seeing them as they were billions of years ago.
Exactly. Like GNZ11, the most distant galaxy we've observed so far, over 13.4 billion light years away.
Wow, that's almost as old as the universe itself, which, correct me if I'm wrong, is about 13.8 billion years old.
Yep, pretty much. So that light started its journey towards us when the universe was still in its infancy.
That's amazing. And a little bit trippy, I have to say. It's like looking at a baby picture of the universe.
A cosmic baby picture.
Yeah.
And it gives us clues about how the universe has evolved over time.
It's like we have this cosmic photo album, but the pictures are all out of order, and we're trying to piece together the story.
That's a great analogy. And here's another wrinkle to the story. The universe, it's not just sitting still, it's expanding.
Expanding. Oh, yeah, I've heard about that. But if it's expanding, doesn't that mean it has to be expanding from a specific point, like where the Big Bang happened?
That's a common misconception. The expansion isn't like an explosion where everything flies out from a central point.
So where's the center then?
It's more like the fabric of space itself is stretching, carrying galaxies along for the ride.
So there's no center. Every point in the universe is moving away from every other point.
Yeah, it's a mind-bending concept, I know.
It's making my head spin a little bit, but I think I'm starting to get it. But if everything is moving apart, wouldn't that mean the universe is just becoming emptier and emptier?
Not necessarily. While it's true, the distances between galaxies are increasing. New stars are constantly being born within those galaxies.
So it's like a cosmic balancing act.
Yeah, a cosmic dance between expansion pushing things apart and gravity pulling things together.
With new stars and galaxies popping up all over the place.
Exactly. And that dance, it's been going on for billions of years.
Wow, we've covered a lot of ground already, from the cosmic web to expanding space. And my brain is already feeling a bit full, so maybe we should take a little break before we dive even deeper into the mysteries of the cosmos.
Sounds like a plan. Let's give our listeners a moment to catch their breath and process all this mind-blowing information.
We'll be right back.
Stay tuned.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I hope you had a chance to take a deep breath and maybe grab a snack because we're about to dive even deeper into the universe.
Yeah, we're just getting started. There's so much more to explore.
So much more. I thought my brain was already full, but okay, you've got me hooked. Where to next?
Well, we've talked about galaxies, stars, dark matter, all that good stuff, but what about planets?
Oh yeah, planets. We kind of live on one, so they're pretty important.
Exactly. And for a long time, scientists thought planets were relatively rare, kind of special.
Yeah, like our little solar system, 8 planets, all neatly arranged.
But you know what? Recent discoveries have blown that idea out of the water.
Really? So there are more planets out there than we thought.
Way more. Astronomers now think there could be trillions upon trillions of planets in the observable universe.
Trillions upon trillions. Hold on, how many zeros is that?
A lot. Basically, for every star out there could be multiple planets orbiting around it.
So all those twinkling stars we see in the night sky, each one could have its own little planetary system.
That's the idea. And this incredible abundance of planets, it's really fueled the search for something else out there, something special.
Like alien life.
Bingo. I mean, with so many planets out there, the odds of life arising somewhere else seem pretty good, right?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to imagine we're all alone in this vast universe.
And remember, life, it's pretty resilient. We found organisms here on Earth living in conditions we thought were impossible.
Oh yeah, like those extremophiles, right? The
Mm.
ones that hang out in volcanoes and deep sea vents.
Exactly. So if life can thrive in those extreme environments here on Earth, imagine what it could be like on other planets.
That's true. It makes the possibilities almost endless.
And speaking of extreme, what's the most extreme thing you can think of in the universe?
Let me think. The most extreme, I guess, black holes.
Black holes, yeah. Those cosmic monsters that suck in everything, even light.
I always imagine them as giant space vacuum cleaners.
It's a really accurate description. Regions of space-time where gravity is so intense that nothing can escape.
Sounds scary. But are they all just destructive?
Not necessarily. They actually play a crucial role in the evolution of galaxies.
Oh, how so?
Well, the supermassive black holes, the ones at the centers of galaxies, they can influence star formation.
So even though they're these, like, ultimate destroyers, they can also be creative forces.
Exactly. They shape the cosmic landscape in ways we're still trying to understand.
So black holes, not just giant space vacuum cleaners, after all.
Nope. They're much more complex and fascinating than that.
This is all very cool, but I have to admit, I'm still kind of hung up on this whole parallel universe thing.
Parallel universes. Yeah, that's a wild one.
Can you break it down for me? Like, is there another me out there somewhere living a completely different life?
Well, the idea comes from some interpretations of quantum mechanics and cosmology. It suggests there could be multiple universes existing alongside our own, maybe with different physical laws or even, different versions of ourselves.
Wow, so there could be a universe where I'm a rock star or a famous chef or an astronaut.
It's a mind-blowing concept,
Yeah.
right? But it's important to remember that right now, it's just a theoretical possibility.
So no concrete evidence yet.
Not yet. But hey, that's what makes science so exciting. Always more to discover.
Okay, before we go too far down that rabbit hole, let's bring things back to our own little corner of the universe, our solar system.
Back to good old Earth and its neighbors.
Yeah, what makes our solar system so special, besides the fact that, it's where we live?
Well, it's a pretty diverse place. We've got rocky planets, gas giants, icy dwarf planets, all orbiting around our sun.
I've always been fascinated by the gas giants Jupiter and Saturn.
Yeah, Those are impressive. And they play a big role in shaping the dynamics of the solar system, with their strong gravity influencing the orbits of comets and asteroids.
Speaking of asteroids, aren't those a bit of a threat to us? Like, what about those planet killer asteroids they show in movies?
Well, Hollywood does tend to exaggerate things, but it's true, a large asteroid impact could be devastating.
So should we be worried?
Not necessarily. Scientists are tracking potentially hazardous asteroids and developing strategies to, deal with them if they get too close.
Okay, that's good to know. So they've got our backs, right?
Yeah, they're on it. But asteroid impacts are also a natural part of the solar system's history.
Right, it's not all doom and gloom. After all, it was probably an asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs, right?
Yeah, that little event. So it's not just about protecting ourselves. It's also about understanding these events and their place in the grand scheme of things.
Makes sense. And hey, while we're talking about our solar system, can't forget our faithful companion, the moon.
Ah, the moon, Earth's constant companion.
Any interesting stories about the moon?
Well, its origin is still a bit of a mystery, but the leading theory is that it formed from debris after a Mars-sized object collided with Earth billions of years ago.
So a giant cosmic crash created the moon.
That's the idea. And the moon, it's done a lot for us, stabilizing Earth's rotation, creating the tides, pretty important stuff.
Yeah, the moon is pretty cool. Sometimes I forget just how amazing it is.
We take it for granted sometimes, but it's a vital part of our planet's ecosystem.
Well, this has been quite a journey so far. From the mind-blowing scale of the universe to the search for alien life and the mysteries of our own solar system, my brain is officially overflowing.
Overflowing with cosmic wonder, I hope. But yeah, we've covered a lot of ground today.
A lot of ground and a lot of space, and I have a feeling there's still so much more out there waiting to be discovered.
Absolutely. We've only scratched the surface of what the universe has to offer. There are countless wonders still to be revealed.
Countless wonders, that's a great way to put it. And I, for one, can't wait to see what we uncover next. But for now, we need to take another short break to let all this incredible information sink in. Welcome back to our cosmic adventure. We've been all over the universe today talking about galaxies and black holes and even parallel universes.
It's been quite the trip, hasn't it?
Through all of this, one thing keeps coming up, the speed of light.
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal.
It's not just some random number, it's this fundamental constant that seems to govern everything in the universe.
It's the universe's speed limit, you could say.
Right, and earlier we were talking about how looking at distant galaxies is like looking back in time. That's all because of the time it takes light to travel.
Exactly. Even though it's the fastest thing we know of, light still takes time to get from one place to another.
So if we're looking at a star, say, 100 light years away.
That means the light we're seeing left that star 100 years ago.
So we're not seeing the star as it is right now, but as it was a century ago.
That's right. It's like a cosmic time delay.
Wow, that's so wild. And when we talk about the observable universe, that 93 billion light-year limit, that's the farthest we can see back in time, right?
That's because any light emitted from objects beyond that distance hasn't had enough time to reach us yet.
So there could be a whole universe out there beyond what we can see, and its light is still on its way.
It's a mind-boggling concept, isn't it? The universe is so vast, and we're only seeing a tiny fraction of it.
It really makes you feel small, doesn't it? But okay, let's focus on what we can see for now. You mentioned earlier that the light from distant galaxies is actually being stretched as it travels. What's that all about?
Yes, redshift. It's a bit like the Doppler effect with sound.
You mean like when a siren sounds higher pitched as it's coming towards you and lower pitched as it moves away?
Exactly. Same principle with light. As a galaxy moves away from us, the light waves get stretched out, shifting towards the red end of the spectrum.
So redshift tells us that the universe is expanding.
It's one of the key pieces of evidence. And by measuring the amount of redshift, astronomers can figure out how fast a galaxy is moving away from us and how far away it is.
So redshift is like a cosmic speedometer and a distance marker all rolled into one.
You got it.
Yeah.
It's a pretty powerful tool for understanding the universe.
And speaking of tools, I remember reading about something called the cosmic microwave background radiation.
Oh, the CMB. It's one of the most important discoveries in cosmology.
They call it the afterglow of the Big Bang, right?
It is. It's this faint radiation that fills all of space, and it's thought to be leftover heat from the very early universe, like a few 100,000 years after the Big Bang.
So it's like a baby picture of the universe.
Exactly. And by studying the CMB, scientists can learn about the conditions in the early universe, things like its temperature and density.
It's amazing how much information we can get from something so faint.
It really is a testament to the ingenuity of scientists and the power of observation.
After all this talk about the vastness of the universe, I can't help but feel a little overwhelmed.
It's understandable. Facing the sheer scale of the cosmos can be a humbling experience.
It makes you realize just how small we are, doesn't it? And it makes me wonder, what's the point of it all?
That's a question that has plagued philosophers and scientists for centuries, and there's no easy answer.
But maybe the point is just to keep asking those questions, to keep exploring and discovering.
That's what drives us as humans, isn't it? Our curiosity, our desire to understand the world around us.
Maybe one day we'll even figure out what dark matter and dark energy are. Or maybe we'll find evidence of other life out there.
Who knows what the future holds? But one thing's for sure, the universe is full of mysteries, and we've only just begun to scratch the surface.
Well, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive into the universe. We've traveled billions of light years, explored the cosmic web, and even pondered the possibility of parallel universes.
It's been quite a journey, but remember, the exploration never really ends.
So keep looking up at the stars, keep asking questions, and never stop wondering about the vast and mysterious universe we call home.
Until next time.